Today is day 2 of Form 1 admission countrywide after several schools opened their doors to nearly 1 million students when the exercise kicked off. This comes in the wake of radical changes within the education sector, which will for the first time ever see more than a dozen national and extra county schools open up day wings in schools traditionally known to be boarding institutions. Timothy Otieno starts the report.
They would walk hand in hand, parents marking their children's territory quite literally, and the occasional luggage that accompanies such days. It's an exercise conducted at the start of every academic year, that of admitting Form 1s into various schools in the country. The only difference is this year history would be made. A government directive seeking to ensure a near 100% transition from primary to secondary school has seen a select number of schools required to open up day wings for learners joining Form 1. One such school is Buruburu Girls High School in Nairobi, which for the very first time is expecting a total of 30-day scholars to report on top of the 240 students already called to enroll in the school.
We are expecting them tomorrow. We could not have admitted them today because they are coming on a special kind of setup whereby the issues that we shall be handling during the admission will be different from these others. But of course, when they go to the class, they will be mixing all the classes.
The school does admit that the influx of students will stretch the available resources the school has in place, but says the over 29 billion shillings in funds disbursed to all public schools will help mitigate the shortcomings.
As far as fees is concerned, the government has paid about 22,000 for them so that they can be able to access facilities like laboratory chemicals and tuition materials, duplicating and all that. The only thing that they have not paid for them is lunch program.
But Buruburu Girls is just one of the 19 schools selected by the Ministry of Education to kickstart the day wing. And not all schools, however, are willing to play to the same tune. Starehe Boys Center, another school selected to accommodate day scholars, will not do so, at least not yet.
For us to be able to manage the character formation model that Starehe drives, we need to be able to take charge of the circumstances of these boys. Now, admitting day scholars at this point, who are open to all these challenges that come from the environment out there, it means that we must be able to remodel ourselves and get support even from other stakeholders to know how to manage those unique challenges that will be introduced into the school. Because day scholars will not be with us 24 hours, and so we will not be in full control of all that they encounter out there.
The school's administration believes the directive issued by Education Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i less than 3 weeks ago did not give schools enough time to adjust and prepare adequate infrastructure to accommodate day scholars.
We are not saying no to taking day scholars, but we are saying we need a bit more interaction with the stakeholders, including the government and others, to see what kind of additional support that they can offer to us so that we are able to manage these unique circumstances that the day scholars would encounter, so that we don't dilute the quality of education and character building that we enforce in the school.
Some parents have, however, welcomed the move to enhance transition from primary to secondary.
Hiyo day naona kama wamesaidia wazazi wengi, maana wengine walikuwa wanashindwa kukuja kwa shule nzuri kwa sababu ya boarding fee.
The admission also comes at a time when Treasury has increased the student capitation from 12,870 shillings annually to 22,844 shillings per student. This as part of government's effort to introduce free day secondary education in all public schools. Already, schools have received the government-sponsored textbooks needed to begin the new education curriculum, even as radical reforms continue to take shape within the education sector. Timothy Otieno, KTN News.